Stranger Things Season 5 came out, which is people talking about its nostalgic 80s aesthetic, and, its ties to unethical human experiments perpetrated by the CIA during the so-called Project MK Ultra. That's right, okay. Ellie's backstory of psychic powers and dystopian child mind experiments isn't as fictional as you might like it to be. Thanks to real declassified documents straight from the CIA, we've gotten a better look into what inspired this character.
So how do they connect? I don't really know much about the show, but I do know a little bit about MK Ultra.
So the main connection comes in with the character Jane, who really everyone knows more so as 11 or Elle or Ellie. When she was a test subject in the experiments that relate to MK Ultra, she was called 11, which then once she escaped, that became Elle. When she had to go to school, that became Ellie, because Elle's not really a real name.
Yeah, so you end up there, and so she was just one of the experiments was the idea. Is she was a test subject in one of them and then basically became an experiment as they have abilities. Yeah, her abilities destroy objects and stuff, so mind control type stuff. Or I guess telekinesis abilities.
Yeah, eventually the trials worked out, and she got some pretty kick-ass telekinesis, mind control-y, force pushy powers that got her out of that facility.
So the actual MK Ultra does seem a lot more crude and less superpowers which is annoying, right? You have all this fun stuff about people being able to explode cats. Everybody wants to be able to explode cats with their mind.
Right.
It's just a common thing we all want to do. And the real thing was just a lot of people just tripping balls, unwittingly getting dosed with LSD a lot of times. Or just random, so this is declassified from the proposal. It's research problems, critical clarification, fundamental aspects of stimulus response, relationships, and biological systems. So that's how vague they do that, right? And then studies will be conducted with chronic animal preparations with permanent septal electrodes. Yeah, it's there's no resolution left on this bitch.
Right.
Investigations will be conducted utilizing chronic electrode preparations coupled with selected classical types of conditioning. Studies will be conducted on the geography of the brain. So basically they're seeing how the electrodes will affect the brain. So they would just shock the fuck out of people. They would dose people. That was one of the biggest things is LSD became into prevalent became prevalent because of the CIA and their studies.
Yeah, in the show, Ellie's mom was dosed with so much LSD and then given so much electroshock therapy that she just completely lost her mind.
Yeah, so that they would also just have Alan Dulles was the head of the CIA from the beginning basically until he was fired by JFK. And so a lot of MK Ultra came from him as the head of the CIA. And he actually kind of trusted it because he just didn't like his wife because he sent her and I believe also his youngest child, his son, to hospitals that were MK Ultra experiments. I think his wife was just going crazy.
Oh damn!
And he was like, "All right, this will fix her," or that's at least so it seems. That's from
quick little lobotomization.
The Devil's Chessboard. And that's what I'm remembering it from. He would talk about his wife, and I believe his son really hated him for it as well.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it was contentious.
Right. Yeah, that sounds a lot like Stranger Things.
So that was exactly what happened with the head of the CIA just sending his own loved ones out there, and the same guy was obviously a part of all other operations, and so you get a sense of his moral compass. Sending his wife out
exist.
There. Yeah. Yeah. That's just a little bit of what he did. That wasn't even that's a goof. So how extensive are we talking about MK Ultra today?
Wow. A big thing in the show was sensory deprivation tanks.
which now are like a Joe Rogan. That's a huge thing he does,
Yeah,
by
it's
the way.
like luxury.
But he also talks to the CIA guys all the time. That's a big thing. Is he just seems like a puppet to the CIA as well, because those guys are just known for implanting themselves within media. Before it was like like they did it with like front companies. Like just as an example, for some people would be transported by the CIA by Air America, which was in civil air transport, which were two companies that would be almost like a DHL or something of that like I guess, and then maybe add in the fact that they don't just do cargo; they do a little bit of
Like
regular
human
plane,
transport.
human transport, commercial. There we go, just regular commercial airlining, and so they get most of their funding through the CIA. Well, they get bought, and then they become a CIA funded project, and they could do whatever side, like black site, flying planes into just different areas that they're not supposed to, and it's not the CIA anymore. And they just did that shit, and that's how they also got drugs, because those guys weren't just dealing with LSD. Even in these times, they found out, heroin. That was a big thing that people found
Nice.
in Vietnam. People would come back with fucking heroin in their caskets, or like there'd be empty
Right.
caskets with heroin in them, because of the golden triangle before they found the golden crescent in Afghanistan. And that was a thing that we're going down Operation Paper, and that's how they ended up funding the KMT, which was the resistance to Mao's communist China in the Civil War. The U.S. was funding it by selling heroin, just because they couldn't fund it directly was the idea, right? So they're funding them by taking heroin made in the highlands in Thailand and everything. Like there's like a tribe that basically crosses into like Laos and all that kind of stuff, and it makes a triangle, and that's why they call it the Golden Triangle, or at least roughly makes a triangle. And heroin just goes bonkers there. And they were saying, you know what, we could sell this shit, make some money, and then fund an army. And that's just the beginning of just the fuckery that these guys do. And their other parts of it is just these biological studies, which also kind of came from Unit 731, which was the Japanese human experiments, where instead of having like an extensive Tokyo trials, like they should have had for all the crimes that they had similar to Germany, and how they had the Nuremberg trials, and a bunch of people got hung or killed or whatever, and then put into jail for their just bad behavior, we'll say. Well, Unit 731 was a really crazy Japanese branch that, especially in China and Korea, would just do stupid. They would just like freeze people's arms and then hit it with a hammer. And like, oh, that's weird. I did that. And then,
Shattered. Whoa.
but they would write down like really good notes,
Nice.
and as they do, right? And so the U.S. took those notes and said, all right, we won't do as much on the getting you guys back on for doing all that. It was to the Chinese. That's fine. So it was not to some upstanding European whites over there. That's the worst thing that you can imagine.
We don't touch those.
The Koreans got fucked over, and we're just like, well, I mean, come on, guys, you'll be making
Some
Kias in no time.
Koreans.
It's like I don't buy Samsung phones. I get it. And they just found all this data to be so tantalizing, because they had people like this that wanted to do, how do we do mind control? How do we do human experimentation to figure out, this is the beginning of what you would say the really, really extensive experiments that were led to what they would say enhanced interrogation, basically the modern torture systems and stuff, because you don't have to just, do a physical punishment. You can fuck with them mentally within their like mental chemistry, their brain chemistry and stuff, right? Really make them feel that they're in a different situation entirely, and they might just willingly give you the information, or you don't have to, I don't know, do the Chinese water torture for 48 hours.
Right. Then who knows what kind of information you're getting? They're just willingly giving you whatever you ask for. It's probably more trustworthy.
Yeah, so they've got people all around the country, just willing and unwilling participants, people that thought they were doing some sort of experiments but weren't told how much they were going to do.
Nice.
And then there's also the people that were kind of just taken. Is like that's the people on the outskirts of society.
Mm.
That was a big thing for a lot of times, where it's just like homeless people would just get taken, and
Forgotten elderly people.
yeah, oh, that would be
Like orphans.
probably. I mean, I know for a fact homeless people were taken.
Yeah,
which
that makes sense.
It's a really funny way of thinking about solving the homeless crisis here. We could just be giving them acid in a basement somewhere,
It doesn't sound so bad.
in a CIA black site in the mountains. I mean, we thought about doing a Denver conspiracy, the airport conspiracy thing, maybe in the basement of the airport where the supposed tunnels, that the NORAD tunnels and all that, you just have a bunch of freaking homeless people doing acid trips next to the satanic artworks that they have there.
It's the promised land they talk about.
Oh my gosh, dude. The New World Order is just a bunch of homeless people just tripping balls, listening to fucking bass music.
It sounds so incredibly Denver.
But I know you have more information on this. I don't know if it goes to the show, but how much more? Because it'll probably jog my memory as well. Because I'm just kind of going off rip on MK Ultra.
Yeah, it might not really relate to the real thing, but honestly, it might, because she was subjected to like crazy psychological torture and like was pitted Hunger Games style against like other kids.
Oh yeah,
who,
yeah,
like I don't know, psychic battled to the death or something.
So maybe not as much of the psychic battles to the death where they do that, but they, I mean, the Russian sleep experiments, as much as people like to think that they're not real, they did, I don't know, like the pictures and all that kind of stuff you see aren't as real, and maybe the stuff you hear about it isn't as real all the time about them. They end up hallucinating a ton and stuff, but we've done, and other people have done, the most crazy shit to other human beings possible. And it's been funded and sponsored by the said governments that are trying to protect the people.
It's for science.
And that's always the veil we get, is it's all under the veil of science.
The greater good.
We're just helping out.
It's just a couple of Koreans, a homeless man.
It's just a homeless Korean. Why would you care about a homeless? It's the
look
combo.
At his gums.
Look at it. It's
Those are
like,
bad
does that make it
gums.
better? It's just a Korean. It's just a homeless. It's a homeless Korean.
Right.
It's a bird. It's a plane. Oh my god. So I really think that they never stop these. There's no actual. That's one of the things that a lot of people go into as well with the MK Ultra conspiracy theory. I think it's stupid to call it a conspiracy theory when you know that documents exist that it is. It is the conspiracy that it continues to this day, but that doesn't seem like that much of a stretch. We have black sites, CIA black sites, where you're not supposed to know anything about it, and they just do untold things, and they're kind of allowed to. And
it's kind of like their whole point.
Yeah, yeah, and you thinking that maybe, just maybe, they just go and do the things by the book, right, even though they've been told not to break the law, and they just do it anyways.
They learned their lesson, though, this time. It's different.
There was something, I think it was with Bush, he refused to sign something because they were saying they're for sure doing war crimes in Iraq, and was with torture in Guantanamo. And they actually renamed the people in Guantanamo from prisoners of war to something else. They gave them a different name, so it just made it so technically it's not a war crime what they're doing.
Jesus.
It was my favorite way to get out of doing war crimes isn't by not doing them, it's by technicality. Right. That's how I like to get out, skirt the Geneva Conventions, is just technically, not by just not being a piece of shit human.
No. 21st century solutions for 21st century problems.
Any more specific things you think for MK Ultra that you got? Or I don't know. Did you find anything on MK Ultra or whatever? Even the Wikipedia page? Go ahead and see if there's some fun stuff. I don't know. There's always a glimmer at the end of each of these things where it kind of leads to another rabbit hole, where you see a little bit of what they do in one area, and you start to realize how something else could easily be plausible, something that you heard before, and you're like, nah. But then you read documents that get declassified that say they for sure did X, Y, Z, and now you're a full blown fucking, the globalists are coming after me. There's demonic people in the basements of the Denver International Airport. Hillary Clinton smells like sulfur. All right, I'll just say it.
Yeah, I mean, there's like the upside down in the show where you're going into like other dimensions.
That would definitely go into more of like an Area 51 or
kind of vibe.
yeah, I feel like the different dimensions stuff, if we knew how to go interdimensional travel and we were keeping that from us, like the government knew.
Mm.
So the idea that one government knows and none of the other governments know
There'd
is
just be like one government.
it can't, well, yeah, there's literally no way that there's two governments not, and it just doesn't get leaked.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of times that stuff kind of gets out anyways, it has to just be like a military CIA, whatever thing where the president doesn't even get to know. Where I think, wasn't there something about the development of the nuclear bomb where like people didn't know exactly, like a lot of people were kind of kept out of the dark of certain stuff.
Probably.
It was the vice president, I think it was. I think it was like the vice president at the time, like had no fucking clue that they were doing that. And it was just because they're trying to OPSEC, operational security and stuff, and just trying, the loose lips sink ships.
Yeah, like if that information got out, it'd be a matter of national security. Like that would change war plans.
But there's so much like spying between everybody. There would be some little, it would be the most impressive secret keeping if they were able to interdimensionally travel and no one knew it all.
Right.
Like there's some stuff that I feel maybe, just maybe, we are getting just shafted in terms of getting like knowledge from the government on what's going on. And you see the discredited, it's another Joe Rogan guest, I believe, where it's like a guy that said he works at Area 51 for so many years and tells you all this stuff, and it's verified that he worked there, but then they just try to discredit him. But some people just do go AWOL and go crazy. Mm-hmm. It's not outside of but maybe he saw something else and then they fucking dosed him with acid, MK Ultra style.
Right. Now he doesn't know what's real.
And he's just talking about how there's fucking flying saucers underground because that's just, what he saw in like the projected shit that they give him. Or even more likely, he's there as a diversion. They know that like what he's doing, they're feeding him the information to say, to make it so people think about that, and then they start like killing other people. They start bombing civilians somewhere.
Right. Yeah. The news just focuses on that crazy guy saying some wacky stuff, and they're just out there committing more atrocities.
But yeah, back to the MK Ultra, just to get like a good wrap up on like what the operation was. It was using psychedelic and psychotropic chemicals. They researched these chemicals and found out how to synthesize these chemicals for these purposes. And their whole idea was to use it to manipulate the human mind and have the human mind potentially manipulate. Like they really tried to make a gay bomb, just so you know, like these shits. And it's like not, it's like, what's the
goal would be to like impact a country's ability to reproduce. Right?
It would literally, look at this right here. Gay bomb referring to the non-lethal chemical the U.S. Air Force in the 90s conceived of a sex pheromones induced mutual attraction among enemy soldiers, intending to cause confusion and disrupting military cohesion.
Like if you think about it from like a normal person's point of view, it sounds outlandish and ridiculous, but as soon as you start thinking about it objectively from the point of view of like military operations where it's very black and white, the only thing that matters is national security and like winning, it makes a lot of sense.
It's just using brain imaging techniques. Swedish researchers have known that when homosexual and heterosexual men are presented with two odors that may be involved in sexual arousal, the brains tend to respond differently. Homosexual men tend to respond in the same way as heterosexual women. That's so funny that there's some Swedish scientists, instead of designing better IKEA furniture, is out there finding out that like gay guys react the same to women with like heterosexual women with pheromones. It's so crazy. Imagine being that researcher, right? They don't like put the name there because I'd be embarrassed too. The study was expanded to include homosexual women. Nice. The results were consistent with previous findings, meaning homosexual women were not as responsive to male-identified odors, while their response to female cues was similar to that of heterosexual men. That's right. Lesbos be acting like dudes.
I knew it.
That's literally what they respond to. Like, they smell a woman, they're like, ooh, hey, it's a bitch here. What's up? According to researchers, this research suggests a possible role of human pheromones to biological basis of sexual orientation. So if someone's lying about if they're gay or not, you could find out whether or not they react to these pheromones, and then have like this sort of that'd be a great way of really just getting to the bottom of some people that you're questioning, like Tony Hinchcliffe. Just be like, all right, let's figure it out. Let's do some pheromone tests on Tony Hinchcliffe.
Right. Start a petition to make him take a Swedish gay test.
Dude, the notion of Project Sunshine, some NGOs and via FOIA found out in the 90s that in Dayton they were fucking researching how to they were at least drafting, based on some research, the idea of making a bomb to just go out there and make some dudes gay.
Damn. In Dayton, fucking Ohio.
In Dayton, Ohio, in the 90s,
right,
they were designing the gay bomb.
Yeah.
So if you don't believe that the government's just out there doing some crazy shit, you're dumb.
Right. You gotta think bigger picture.
The Pentagon did deny this proposal, saying, "No, dude, it's ludicrous."
That's dumb, and you're a dummy for thinking so.
Imagine just having a spray can that just made someone gay, though.
Gay spray.
Gay spray. But then you have the reversal, spray the gay away.
Right.
It's gay away and spray gay. You have two products. You have two cans in your hands. You have spray gay and gay away. There's other fun ones, though. I thought there was like going to be, maybe they talked about the gay bomb and
dude, I wish.
in Stranger Things.
I don't know. There was a season where they killed a lot of Russians with an AK-47.
They killed Russians with an AK-47?
Yeah, it was pretty hype. They went into like
Alexander Kalashnikov's fucking namesake weapon made in 1947? That's crazy.
Exactly, yeah.
Is Alexander for sure, right? Yeah. I know it could be like Alexanderov with Kalashnikov.
I don't know. A fun diversion is it's Stranger Things related, but it's also AI related. Have you seen how AI, like Amazon, is interjecting new AI ads into old media?
No, I just no.
They are doing that, and apparently, like Stranger Things is one of those shows that they're going to be just creating I don't know what the word would be, but they can create new AI ads in the show. So like swap out a can of Coke with a can of Pepsi. And apparently that's going to be a thing, but holy shit, there are so many. Every fucking scene in this show is
branding.
an ad. Yeah.
Just branding somewhere. There's a branded thing. And it's like they don't make enough money, right? I feel like that's got to be just their main problem. Streaming, people password sharing, they don't get the same money as they did before.
I guess so, but they're cracking down so hard on password sharing.
Isn't that just Netflix?
Yeah, for the most part.
But Netflix is the biggest one. Besides YouTube TV, I think, is like the second biggest in terms of subscriptions. But I also don't know what exclusives YouTube TV has. I don't really watch much TV.
Same.
Too busy trying to figure out about the gay bomb.
Right.
Just I'm out there Swedish researching. That's what I call researching gay pheromones. It's just Swedish researching. Nobody. Wait. They won the satirical 2007 promote public engagement for scientific region. Okay.
Is that LG, like the brand?
No, it's probably something else. It's probably an I.
I just like the idea of LG sponsoring.
Oh, LG's just doing it. Oh, thanks, LG. See, there's even people that referenced the Alex Jones, of course.
Right.
Referenced it.
He was right about turning the frogs gay, right?
Yeah, actually. Look, literally.
Oh yeah, that's what it's about.
Well, it's not about that. It's about the runoff, exactly. I got one of these AIs one time to finally agree with me, where there's actually proof of this runoff. In that there was a scientist that actually got discredited because agricultural runoff is such a problem the amount of pollution it does. That was a huge problem with Toledo had an algal bloom that made their water undrinkable for a while. And that's also due to agricultural runoff.
Makes sense.
And so that is fucking with the endocrine system of amphibians to alter their gender. And it's very crude the way that he describes it, but he's genuinely correct in a way when he says, I think I have the button. Oh, God.
If nothing else, he's extremely not wrong.
Motherfucker!
Okay.
Almost there.
No, where is it?
Big Dixon!
Alex.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Crap.
Like, you know what? I agree with Alex.
I should have labeled these buttons, dude. A long time ago, I could have, but I didn't. It's on me.
For my nephew Ted.
Oh no,
It is.
which they're all over the place.
Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God.
I fucking love the Jeff side, dude. He's
Jeff.
Oh my God.
Just pure emotion.
Wow.
when Adam says something truly unbelievable.
Wow.
All I've seen.
We got him.
Oh no, I don't remember any of these buttons anymore. Let's stop playing.
Might be something we don't want to unearth in those buttons.
Right. Oh man, there's gonna be the N word somewhere. One of them. The gay bomb, the gay gene. What else do we got going on? I mean, the fact that they know that it goes down to pheromones. They found pheromone research that says this is how gay guys react. This is how non-gay guys react. Let's make a chemical that makes them react to that gay shit. You drop a gay bomb, all the guys are no longer worried about their infantry duties that they had. They're just making out.
They're just fucking.
Dude, there's just a bunch of guys just in a big pile, like in South Park. They're just fucking going at it. There's a huge orgy at their forward ordnance position. They're trying to get some flank. They were trying to get the flank, but then they got each other's flanks. Am I right? There's nuts to butts stacking each other efficiently. Just a conga line of 17 guys because they fucking dropped a gay bomb.
You know what? The world would be a better place.
I really do think so if they invented the gay bomb and then threatened that along with nuclear destruction. Not only will we nuke some of your people, we'll make the rest gay. And then you'll never reproduce and we'll just, take over your land when the fallout decays.
It's fucked.
We'll just make everybody gay and just wait for your fucking your population decay to just take over.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny if the whole thing is like everybody's gay and then men produce less testosterone and then you just have like the entire army that you're trying to invade is just butch lesbians.
Right, because all the men are just femboys at that point.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of femboys. And I know this doesn't have to make complete sense, but at this point it doesn't matter. It's just femboys. So those guys are out there just doing knitting or whatever they do, or cosplaying. What do femboys do?
They wear knee-high socks and short skirts and take pics and post it on the internet.
Okay.
And they work at in the fast food industry. I'm just reading the statistics, okay?
So you're telling me if I go to McDonald's or Wendy's, the likelihood that I'm going, you know how many Mexicans are at the McDonald's that we went to? Adam and I went to a McDonald's and it was shockingly Mexican.
Yeah, like all Mexican.
The people inside, the patrons. There was
Mexican?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Latinos and Latinas.
Makes you think.
It makes you think, dude. Are we getting invaded? Like
It's the power of a McDouble.
the power. Oh, oi, orale. Viva Mexico, güey, y me encanta el McDouble.
That's exactly how it went.
It's basically how, well, now it's all a kiosk ordering. Can you even order? When is it going to be when the people there are only there to troubleshoot the machines?
Right.
And it's, you have to like, they call, or when you are having troubles with the machine, it just FaceTimes an Indian person. Like, I see that you're having trouble ordering your McDouble. Would you like to add an extra one to that? I can make it more expensive. So what if I made it so you had more food for more money? What's your thoughts?
Mm-hmm. Right. I like that. I like having less money and more food.
I'm like holding back a sneeze, so I started to cry. Ooh, that's tough.
That's the future. It's good shit.
Okay, yeah. No, it's. Can we have the homeless turn into Indian people with iPads instead too? Because that's the future I really want. Is when the homeless people are actually just Indian people FaceTiming in. Hello, can I get some change? I am so hungry. Is like when they lose their job doing the McDonald's customer service. There's still just like an iPad attached to a Segway, and they just go next to the highway exit, and they just fucking beg. They panhandle like everybody else.
Right.
No, if you could take the QR code, I cannot take the cash. Like there's just a fucking Segway getting robbed. Segway fights. There's two Segways running into each other. You mother bitch. It's two Indian people just yelling broken English swear words at each other because they don't speak. It's like Hindi and like Urdu or some shit. I think Urdu is the other language, right?
Yeah. It just sounds like the future of medieval times.
Oh, by medieval times, you mean like the franchise? Like the...
Yeah, where you go to like watch some people jousting a turkey leg.
So I feel that are you saying like it's medieval times will be like current times and that's what it'll be? Or are you saying that...
Oh, no, I mean like the venue medieval times.
And so like they're going to just have iPad jousting.
Mm-hmm. It's like if the Idiocracy had medieval times, you know?
No, because we have so many... This is what you put the illegals for.
Yeah.
If you're really trying, like, we couldn't deport them. It was very expensive, and we're trying to be mindful of the budget. So we just put all of them in medieval times and made them joust it out. And if you win enough of the jousting matches, you get some citizenship. So congratulations, Pedro. You are now an American citizen. And he just like, you just been pimped from Pimp My Ride kind of thing. Exhibit does. He's like, you officially have been Americanized. Like, oh, hey, get a McDouble. You have to buy the McDouble.
But with all that jousting experience,
I mean, you could work at a medieval times.
it's full circle.
There's also a bunch of fields that need picked if you'd like to do it.
Bunch of wheat to plow. I don't know what a medieval people do to
Oh,
fields of wheat.
he has to be he's making mead and shit just because it's medieval themed farming that he's doing as well. Right. No, he's not just exclusively, or is he trapped at medieval times?
I'd say so, yeah.
Okay, so he's like house arrested to medieval times. You're an American citizen, sort of. You get a special visa. You get to stay here at this specific location of medieval times unless they need another Mexican, whatever. Jouster, you know, at the at the other locations, and then in case we will bus you over there. Un autobus más rápido.
And that's medieval
Está
times.
fuera y... Sorry.
Medieval times is sick. It's not quite as I remember, but it's pretty sick.
I don't think I've ever been to medieval times.
You gotta go.
Maybe I got MK Ultra'd and I lost the memory of going to medieval times.
Right.
That could have been it. But I wish I just like lost my shitty childhood instead. And then I just remember medieval times instead. It just takes like the only like few times. Like, you went to Toys R Us? Nah, never. And it was like, take that away. Like, yes, he's never been to Toys R Us. It's like, fuck. Just taking away all my fun memories of going.
I think the one time I went to Toys R Us was to get a gift for not me.
I think I've been like twice, maybe 3 times. When I was like
a child.
Like a little kiddo going through. I think I went when I was like 17 or 16 or whatever. We were just like joking. There was like nothing to do. We just like walked around at Toys R Us. We were like driving somewhere else, and we were waiting for someone to be done doing something else. We were killing time as you do. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to sit in the car. You were just sitting in for 2-3 hours. Right. You want to loiter at Toys R Us.
Right. Toys R Us, KB Toys. You remember that shit?
Yeah. It was, usually in a mall, though.
Yeah.
And in a mall, you just kind of get that sense of there's a lot of children that are getting neglected. Was that like just like the pedophile's dream scenario back in the 80s when people say that you could have just let your kid run? There's just kids getting just nabbed and never seen again.
Mm-hmm. And then they got greedy and they nabbed too many kids and ruined it for all of us. Now we got helicopter parents. Thanks a lot, pedos.
And that's the podcast. I don't know if it is actually. I think we have more time. We have to do more.
Oh shit.
Because like I think we started late on this recording.
Yeah.
It's not the podcast. Just kidding. That was a false ending. We have so much more to tell you. Should we talk about the was it Akash Singh?
Yes. We should talk about Akash Singh and his smoking hot virgin ass wife.
I mean, his wife, especially when you look at him, way hotter than him. But I'm also into, I react to the certain pheromones because I'm a man.
Different. My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Let me ask you this.
wow.
Do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. Yeah. I remember I was just like, what? But she was 22, I was 31. There was an age gap.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
I can't believe that they just leave in the edit of the squawking though. Ah, it's just in between. There's podcasts where people actually listen to that. They're way more successful than ours.
Fuck.
And all that it is just hot women yapping about either getting railed. I think there's plenty of positive ones. I'm not saying that it's bad or good. That's your decision. I'm not here to make those decisions for you. You're an adult, hopefully. I don't know. Statistically, we get like no non-adult listeners, but everybody probably lies on their YouTube anyways.
It's true.
But if you're unironically listening to these ladies yap about getting dick down, if you were listening to a guy talking about dicking down some bitches, also stupid. I feel like is that what Andrew Tate talks about?
Oh, it must be, right?
I think that's part of it, but like I think also it's just berating people for being poor is what I've gathered. Mm. It's just like, how are you not making a ridiculous amount of money exploiting others? In an incredibly predatory way. If you're an Andrew Tate fan, please unsubscribe. If you're unironically an Andrew Tate fan, that's crazy. I just can't. In 2025, after he actually got, that was a fake. It was a fake human trafficking arrest. They can't keep my man down. This is just fucking the Matrix is what he says. The Matrix keeping him down. Let's see what was her name? Fucking Janessa or something, or just Jacina.
Giuseppe.
Actively trying to have an orgy and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches. Okay, I have 2 butthole stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook up.
That eye roll. Did you see that eye roll? Because I felt it. Like, not even like wanting to hook up, but I needed the math homework.
Jesus.
And I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore.
Oh my god!
And I remember that what kind of porn do you watch when you use a vibrator?
Okay, not gonna lie, I don't watch porn while using a vibrator. What? I just think my imagination is vibration enough.
Wow.
I'm just thinking of like my own husband while I'm like doing it.
Wait, that's kind of baller, but I could never do that.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I would say that, but he's just Andrew Schultz's butt boy. That's his whole job, is just to laugh, and he like grabs the knee of Andrew Schultz the whole time at just not funny shit. It would be better if Andrew Schultz was hilarious. I'd be like, okay, I get it. He's just laughing super hard. Maybe that's his thing, but objectively not that funny. He's laughing at shit that no one else is laughing. Like people are looking around at like the guests. Just like,
did I miss something?
Yeah. And so I was using you and your husband split finances. And I'm going to be really fucking honest.
I don't.
We don't.
We don't.
We don't.
First of all, that's a fucking red flag. I'm not like, no joke. I love you girls. If you want to work, all for.
if you want to work,
All for you.
like in this economy, if you want to just like be a freeloading hole, honestly, if you're out there, if you're like, I'm not working, bitch, you better be cooking and cleaning. If you're saying like, I don't work, and also my money is my money and your money is our money,
For that,
Right.
whatever. But like
what this bitch is
any
gonna say.
man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his accounts or has separate accounts, that's a fucking red flag. This is not a two-way street. This is a one-way street. His money is our money and my money is my money.
This has never been a bigger red flag to me. This bitch is not worth the. Whenever you think about women in like the oh my god, she's so hot, I would never like, she could do whatever to me and I would love it. There's nothing, she's so hot that it doesn't matter. It's like no matter how hot she is, somebody somewhere is completely sick of her shit.
Oh yeah.
And this shit is unbearable.
And look, have I only made $600 from content creating?
Wow, it went up $100 from last week.
But that's
$100 in a week, and she's in this crazy, or like $600 in however long, and she's in this fucking full-on studio, not in some spare bedroom somewhere. She's got Shure SM7Bs and crazy mic stands in comparison to, even mine, and $600, dude. That's a $400 microphone. She didn't even be able to pay for both the microphones. She's in so much deep. I mean, they're probably renting the studio, but still.
my money. Okay?
I don't know if you watch The
Yes.
Boys, but I love him on The Boys.
I never.
Dude, I can't. $600, dude. That's all you need to know.
Seems
this is
pretty
pretty good.
unbearable.
This is great.
First of all, I want to say to Amma, happy birthday.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
All of this is possible because you told me I could do anything that I wanted. And it was the best decision I ever made. Please. And I love you so much. And the only regret that
He's renewing his vows right here, right? Or he's proposing to her again.
sing, will you be Ghislaine Sing forever again?
Yes. Oh my god.
And she's just enamored with the ring.
Take that rinky thing off. That's rinky dink.
Did you guys know this? Yes. Oh my god. How big is this?
Big enough for you to shut up every time I tell you.
Thank you so much.
Look, dodge the kiss.
That's horrible.
And she says she's just not a fan of PDA is the thing.
I don't know if her pussy was popping back in the day.
If she's
I don't
talking
know.
about popping her pussy in like having a roster of frat guys, even ironically, like even if she's doing like a joke, that means you should be able to comfortably kiss your husband on camera when someone's recording the vows getting renewed, whatever.
You would think so.
How I Met Akash. I noticed that he had a bunch of money, and I thought, hey, I like money. I want some of that money. And if I ever make money, that's my money. So if I ever wanted to leave that bitch, I could just leave him because I have all this money that's just mine, and I just leached off of him. Suck, 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 suck. That's what I do. I suck, 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 suck the blood and money. But I don't kiss him in public. I sometimes let him have sex with me. She says let. She probably uses the verbiage let him. I let him have sex with me.
Without a doubt.
That's crazy. That's a loving couple.
Yeah, that's true love right there.
Oh my God. Gosh.
Man.
I would feel bad if he wasn't so annoying.
Right. Like I feel like unbearable people attract each other. So
It's right. I mean, sometimes it's not. So maybe the WWE. Oh, should we get that? Thanks, Complex.
Hell yeah.
Well, let's end it there. We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.